Hey there, Diane Conklin with Queer Prophets Podcast here. Just wanted to take a few minutes as we're launching the podcast and getting things off the ground to just say hello to everyone and let you know how excited I am to be doing this and sort of give you the format of what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a lot of different things. Sometimes I'll be interviewing people. Sometimes you might just get things from me. But let me tell you what the Queer Prophets Podcast is really all about. It's really about the three tiers, the three towers, the three, however you want to think of it. But the three things that are really important to me, the three elements are inclusion, community, and growth. And so I want this podcast and the Queer Prophets community, the Queer Prophets website, everything that we represent to be about those three things. I see the community as being a little bit separate, and I'd like to be a force, if you will, an influence of bringing our community together, being more inclusive inside of our own community is something that I think is important, right? We have this tendency at events that I go to of being separate, right? And I would love to see gay men and lesbians and transgender people, as well as our bisexual brothers and sisters, our cisgendered, our non-gender conforming, all of us creating this community of people where we are one. Look, we're not always going to agree. We're not always going to agree on everything. It's just the way life is, right? It's the way people are. And thank goodness for that we're all different, that we all have unique perspectives and ideas. And I want to bring those perspectives and those ideas to this podcast, to this community, so that we can talk about those things, that we can be with an understanding heart, with a heart that says, not everyone's like me. Not everyone has the same beliefs. And as strongly as I believe in mine, you're entitled to yours. And I think that's an inclusion piece, right? It's understanding partially, what makes that person tick? What are the challenges that a gay man has that a lesbian maybe doesn't understand? What is it that our Asian sisters and brothers, or our brown and black brothers and sisters, what are the challenges that they have inside of the community? And how can we, as white, gay, and lesbian people, how can we bring that together? How can we be more inclusive? How can we put that umbrella over everyone? How can we include our transgender brothers and sisters into the conversations and be more aware of the challenges that they have? What does any of that have to do with the growth piece, which is the business piece? Queer Prophets, that's what I'm about. Is I am here, and when I say my team and this community, I want this community to be the place that you go to if you're a business owner and you have a question, you have a challenge, you're looking to ways to grow your company, to make more money, to build your list, to increase your profits. You have challenges. I want this to be a resource for you, a place where you can come. And so are we going to be all about business? No, because I don't believe we can separate our lives and who we are from our business perspectives and from our business piece. So the podcast will be about a lot of things, but it will be those three pillars are going to be the essential piece. Inclusion. How can we as a community be more inclusive? We're talking about diversity and inclusion in a lot of different aspects, but we haven't really had the conversation about how do we do it inside of our community. The community piece is really important. And I've had a lot of people, as I've been talking about this, tell me that the community piece, they would love to be part of a bigger community. And so the community piece will be both social and business. But the growth piece, again, it's about growing as people and growing your business in both aspects. And so, as I said, I'm going to do some different formats. Sometimes it'll be me talking about maybe a social issue, talking about a business issue, talking about something that's happening in the world that's affecting our community. But I will stay within those three pillars: inclusion, community, and growth. And really, when you the name of the company, the name of the podcast, Queer Prophets, is what I'm about. and it's what I want to focus on. That doesn't mean that if you don't own your own business, but you're looking to start one, or you're looking to grow inside of your life or inside of your job, this is a place that I want you to access as well. There's going to be a lot of things happening. I want to grow this very quickly. I want us to come together as a community, and I want your input. So if you have things that you want to hear about, you have people that you would like for me to interview or that you think would be a great interview, let me know that. And I will do my best. If you have an introduction that you want to make for me, for somebody, but I am going to be inclusive. You're going to hear from gay men. You're going to hear from lesbians. You're going to hear from transgender people. You're going to hear from bisexual people. You're going to hear from, there's going to be, you name the gamut, white, Black, brown, Asian. I want to bring in Hispanic. I want to represent all of our community in what we do here and in the voices that you hear from. I expect to learn as much as you do from listening to this. And I will tell you this right now. I am not always going to be perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to probably say some wrong things. I will say things that will irritate some people, that you might disagree with, that you might agree with, and that's okay. Just know that I'm okay with that, and I'm okay with you bringing those things to me. I want to open forum. I want to open discussion about certain things. If we do things in a kind and loving heart with one another, I think we get farther. I want us to stop bashing each other. I want us to have conversations and agree to disagree at times. I may have to apologize on occasion for saying the wrong thing or using a wrong term. And if that happens, I will certainly do that. And I hope that you guys will come along with the journey and hopefully learn some things. And so with that, I'm excited to I've got the first few interviews ready to go, and I've got more lined up, and I have some topics that I want to talk about, but I wanted to sort of start this off with just you and me in sort of a discussion about where we're going with this and my goals and visions for this. Again, you don't have to agree with me. That's fine. I'm just hoping that we can create a community, an inclusive community, where we can all grow together and have open minds and not be so set in our own ways and our own beliefs that we can't accept people who have different views on a lot of different subjects. Because after all, the stronger our community is, the more things we can get done, the more change that we can invoke. And quite frankly, the more safe and secure all of us are in the world at large and inside of our community. So with that, again, I want to welcome you to the Queer Prophets podcast. We will have at least weekly, there will be something posted at the beginning, probably more than that. And sometimes I may just pop in and do something off the cuff. So there will be some regularity with some irregularity. So we don't want to get too set in our ways here. So again, I'm Diane Conklin. You can find me at completemarketingsystems.com. You'll be able to find me at queerprophets.com. You can find me on social media. I'm pretty easy. Diane Conklin is kind of the name that you'll find me under pretty much everywhere. I would love to communicate and have an open dialogue, and I would love your input about what you would like to see here, how to build community, how to have more inclusion, how to have more growth, and anything that I can help you with. Again, focus will be on business and growing your business and those sorts of things, but I will also be including those other things that are important inside of our community. So reach out, let me know what you like, what you don't like, and how things are going. In the meantime, I am looking so forward to the interviews that I have done and the ones that I will be doing, and seeing some real change and growth and more inclusion, a bigger community for us, and growth. Because I believe that as we grow, and that we as business owners and business people and influencers, we have a responsibility to continue to make things in our community better. We have a responsibility to one another, and we have a responsibility to the youth who are coming up, who have gone through or who are going through the struggles that some of us have already been through and made it out on the other side. So I know that's a big sort of vision for a podcast and for this venture, But I believe that every day we can all get better together. And the more we understand about each other and the more we see each other in different environments, the better we're going to be. So again, I'm Diane Conklin. You can find me around in a lot of different places. I will be sharing more of my story and kind of more of who I am and why I'm doing this as we go through the podcast and as we get more episodes in. Right now, that is not the important piece. There will be pieces of my story throughout probably a lot of the interviews, and I will take one at some point and tell you a little bit more about who I am, why I'm doing this, and why this is so important to me. But for right now, until you have a chance to get to know me, until I have a chance to give you some things that are going to be beneficial, I don't expect that you care about any of those things. So make it a great day. Have yourself a wonderful time, whatever you're doing. And I will see you again really, really soon, right here on the Queer Prophets podcast. I'm Diane Conklin. Take care.